And welcome aboard. It's 9:18 a.m. on June 9th, 2023. This is a trade along in the S&P 500 E-mini for new traders, experienced traders are looking to get started, experienced traders to trade along with Saul to become a better trader. Got a nice group of people in here today. We're in Zoom. Come into Zoom, E-mini, tradealong.com, E-mini, tradealong.com. If you like what we're doing here, ultimately, tell your friends in social media, around the horn, chat rooms, Discord, wherever you are spending your time. This is an opportunity to trade along with a 25-year veteran trader focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. If you need charts, we can trading platform, charts, the ability to put trades on and take them off. We can set you up with that. Recommend practice trading until your fingers bleed, until you are good. Work with somebody that can help you get yourself set up properly. If you're an experienced trader, work with somebody that can help you turn your trading technique into a profitable one if they can. They may strip out some things. They may add some things for you to really focus you where the rubber meets the road at the price action level of the trade. Saul is your host. He's a 25-year veteran of the trading pitch in Chicago. He'll be joining us shortly as we get into the around 9:28 area. That's when he sets his levels. He sets the table for his trading morning. He gives out his levels and zones to everybody. You get to write them down, pay attention to what happens based on price action, price change in the actual instrument, or index, the S&P 500 E-mini. We look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades on a good trading morning. We're looking to bank a profit on those trades, looking for 2 points plus with a general 2-point stop. We're every day slugging it out in Zoom. So if you're not in Zoom, come into Zoom. The drop-in for Zoom is E-mini, tradealong.com, E-mini, tradealong.com. When you come in, you'll notice the ability to chat, interact. We do give people the opportunity to speak. We do that between the 11:30 and noon hour Eastern time. So if you have a headset and a microphone and you want to ask a question about these services, if you need trading capital, you'd like to trade somebody else's money, we have an affiliate relationship with a company that does that. Come into Zoom and there's a link. You can click on it. You can read about it. They can set you up with your own platform, set you up with the ability to practice trade. They have rules, discipline, and I think that's good for traders. I always think too that you could trade your own money, which is great. You can have your own account set up, not a problem. I like the idea of having a set of rules where you actually have to pass something and look to get better at your trading and be accountable to those rules. And I think this company does that and does that well. You can start out there, get used to what you're doing. You can break off if you want to trade your own account. That's up to you. What's great about trading is it gives you independence if you can pull it off. So we look to help you do that. Saul's available for trader coaching, which means that he will take you under his wing, bring you into a private Zoom classroom, teach you, based on live charts, interaction. You have a headset and a microphone or a microphone off your computer. You're communicating back and forth, discussing what it is you're trying to do and how he can help you focus down to the ability to do price action trading. He can teach you how to set his levels. He can tune you up based on your current trading technique and see if he can help you, get into the consistent profitability land. So there's a lot that goes on here that's an opportunity for you as individuals. I just put out the menu plan. We've got a number of people that just came in. I'm going to put it out again. The menu plan is going to come out in the chat area. So if you don't see it, let me know. Hey, Rob, welcome. Hey, Philip, good morning. And Jay, Mauricio, Quasi, thanks for coming in. Kosif, hey, Jonathan, John, James, Dudley, Char, Brian. So we've got a few more people coming in. Look at the menu plan, click on those links, review it. One of the things that we've been asked is that when you're dealing in your top step, can you have Sol's charts? And the answer is yes. If you want, reach out to Dolby Time or Nick Dolby and reach out to him in your Discord and ask him. We have a template. One of the nice things about having this template is that it is focused. It doesn't have all the noise and all the craziness that distracts us from the concept of actually putting a trade on, taking it off, and making money. And I think that there is a issue with standardized software, which is any trading platform, because it has so many opportunities for people to mentalize and try to come up with ways to beat the other trader out there, because you're looking at so many different things like the insides of the market action and all sorts of crazy stuff, which for people that like that may be valid. What we're trying to do here is survive, wrestle the market in and around these levels and zones that Sol's going to post or give out in audio, so be prepared to write them down. These become the areas of interest for this morning's trade, and they become an area of interest for this morning's trade as opportunity points to put trades on. Now, there is something to be said about the action of price as the market moves, the price changes in the S&P 500 E-mini, and what it's doing around. So Sol lays out a pivot for himself and you from an educational point of view. He lays out levels on top and bottom of that pivot as opportunity points and areas of interest where he is pre-mapped out those areas as a discipline for himself. And quite frankly, he wants to zone in areas that he believes the market's going to make change and be able to pick up his 2 points plus by interacting in those areas. And he has a price action trading, it's not a model, but a technique where he has entries, exits, and stops based on price action that he puts to action at those levels. And I should say at those levels or not, because levels are areas and zones, and they could have been invalidated by the action of price. And that's why you have a trade along partner that's experienced to be able to work with you, not only in a coaching session to teach you, but to work with you in this trade along. And he is working himself through the action of price based on his trading, because he's a trader, he's at risk. Depending on the trading day and what's happening, he is involved. And that involvement you're part of when it comes to his commentary, your questions, your interaction, and as you're interacting with him. There's a lot to be said about being in a group of traders that are all talking to each other. Not much good comes out of it when it comes to making money, but it's fun. Here is an opportunity for you to spend 2 hours and make some bank for yourself, so that the other time you're spending jawboning is useful to yourself from a social perspective. Here we like to buckle down, have fun, concentrate on making money, interacting with Sol, get to know him, 25-year veteran trader, what better? Trading pit floor member, actively scalping the market. So again, if you are interested in looking for a place to do your 2 hours a day trading and be finished for the day, get to know somebody like Sol. And I should bring Don up. I don't know where Don did an amazing job yesterday. Don is a fabulous guy, great trader, salt of the earth. I know people are looking for him, so He is, so Saul becomes your wingman, right? Or wing person. And Don is Saul's wing person. And it's a great relationship. So he'll be popping in and out. You'll hear him. You can ask questions, interact also. It's one big happy family here. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends, eminitradealong.com. I'm going to open this up. Sal's going to take over. And we'll go through the morning session together. And don't hesitate to ask questions. Write the levels down. Pay attention to what happens at the levels. Pay attention to what Sal is talking about. And let's have a good trade along. Hey, Rob. How are you? Jason. Johnny. Hey, Johnny, welcome back. We still have the discount. It's usually $400 a month. Right now it's on for $150. We don't know when that's going to go away, so take advantage of it. It's all in the off the menu plan. eminitradealong.com is the drop in right into this Zoom. Zoom was the heart of the action, so take a moment to come in. Hey, Scott, good morning. Hey, Pat.
We're not hearing you, Saul. I hear you in the background, way, way back there.
Okay. All right, that's better.
There
I
you
was
go.
trying to get the my charts up to go to SEP, but I can't, so I'm going to just give you the June contract number. Was 4304. Of course, we ran right up to the 10 level, which is the first level that I had. Above that, 17, 24, 34, and then 45. Support below at 42.96, 88, 82, 75, and 68. I'll repeat them in a second. Just let me see if I can get my charts here figured out. I don't know what the hell is going on. Where am I? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'll repeat the levels again. Pivot 4304. Resistance at 10, which we already got triggered right on the opening. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's messing that cut. My charts would not cooperate with me while I was messing around with them. Above that, 10, 17, 24, 34, 45, support below at 96, 88, 82, 75, and 68. The volume is in the June is still large enough and big enough that it's still the main contract, even though they are slowly shifting over. They started yesterday and they're shifting over today some more, and probably by Monday we'll be fine. But there's enough volatility and enough volume in the June contract to keep straining the June contract. All right, welcome some of the new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps, and we're looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels we just gave out, in addition to any price action opportunities that might occur once the market paints some bars. So welcome. Thanks for joining us yesterday in the webinar that we had with Top Step. And again, I'm sorry that we had a little bit of I had a little bit of a technical issue here with the getting my charts up on time, but we'll get back on track. But we did get triggered there. If you look at the chat, you'll see the levels in the chat that we just gave out, and they are a guide to the day. They are there to help us, as the day goes on. You can use those levels to help find the areas that we're going to be focused in on. The market here rallying a little bit. Again, when the market kind of rallies, the volatility in the markets they suck the volatility out of the market, and it becomes very, very slow. And obviously, patience is very important to finding opportunities to trade. So we have to really work hard on being disciplined enough to be able to wait for opportunities. And the levels that we gave out are one option for the setups, in addition to any price action trades that might occur. Those price action trades occur once the market paid some bars. So got to be a little bit patient and wait for those opportunities. Sometimes you get a feel for which way the markets are going, and then all of a sudden they kind of reverse on you. But we let the market kind of dictate where our next opportunities are going to be, instead of us trying to guess where the markets are going. So that's what we try to do here on an everyday basis, and we're looking for those areas that we think will give us a rotation. We're scalping the market. We're looking for opportunities to scalp the market, and we're looking right now with this volatility where it's at for about 2 or 3 points on our trades. So if we can look for about 2 or 3 point scalps these days. That's exactly what we're trying to do here, and we're trying to do this on an everyday basis. And sometimes we average 4 to 5 trades a day, and we focus more on the morning hours. And the key word there is average. These days, things are a little bit slower, so we have to be a little bit patient and wait for those opportunities to present themselves. And if we can do that and be patient, then maybe good things will happen. That's all we can do here as traders. Okay. Again, if anybody has any questions at any time today, feel free to ask in the chat. Don't mind any questions. Okay. All right. All right. We just came. You can see how very light the market's been trading lately. You can see there's not much movement going on, and you have to, definitely show some patience and waiting for the trades to present themselves and recur. Unfortunately, I was a little late, but we did have the 10 area up here, and that was kind of just ran up there right away and then came off. So that's what we're trying to actually do. We're trying to find these areas where there's inflection points where we think the market will bounce off of and give us scalping opportunities. And they also have to take advantage of that trade. Even though I was a little late coming on, the orders had to be in place. You basically had to have the orders in place there. Otherwise, it basically went up there, touched it, and came off. Obviously, that happens, and you don't have your order in place. Probably would be chasing it and not being able to take advantage of that area. So, Scott, I got your email from yesterday, and we will definitely we'll have some time to get together at the today. If we do it really quick today, we could get. I don't want to do it quick because I'd rather spend some time with you instead of just. But I know you want to discuss something, so I'm trying to understand what you mean by what you said, which obviously you can explain to me better, or better yet, you could show me, or we discuss it and I can understand what you're doing. So that's why I don't want to just willy-nilly just get on for 5 minutes and not be able to work with you. So better if we wait till Monday, I think would be a better for both of us so that we don't rush through anything. All right. Okay. So market here is kind of, again, doing what it's been doing for a while now. It just gets up here and kind of hangs, doesn't do anything. And we have to, again, hang with it because we cannot go out there and create trades. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. All right, we're coming back up here. Obviously, you know, if we traded an area and the area worked very well, it'll be a little bit more, a lot more riskier to go back up there and trade that same area again. So you'd have to be a little bit mindful of here of trading this 10 area again. I would be looking up next at my 17 area as my next opportunity to trade. If you were a little bit aggressive, we would have had some support there at the 04 or pivot, but we never got back down there to 04 after that first rotation. Got back to 5 and change, and then pushing back up here again. Looking at the 17 area next is a resistance area. Again, support right now would be around the 3-4 area. That would be our pivot.
What kind of problems did you have updating?
It did not. I must have pressed the wrong month, and I just wouldn't. And they gave me something. Oh, when I was waiting for it to process, it never came up. Yeah, and it said something about does not have enough data.
Oh, you didn't update when you turned it on.
Okay, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it updates every night.
Oh, well, mine updates when I turn it on, or when
Well,
I bring it
mine's
up.
always on. So
Okay.
I think it updated overnight. So that's why I was surprised it said it didn't have no data. I didn't know what it was talking about. You know, because I don't know. It didn't. The charts came up, but it said no data, which was like, okay, well, I didn't know. I went
Okay.
back and I pushed that button there. I did everything I was supposed to do, and it wasn't giving me anything. So then it was getting too close to getting going here, and then I was like, and then I had to try to push back, go back, and I pushed the wrong month. Frustrating.
Well, I just updated mine. It updated fine. So
Yeah, well, like I said, like I think mine should update. Mine updates every night, so I didn't know why that was giving me that prompt. So whatever, we'll figure it out. I'll make sure it's good tonight, and make sure it's good to go on Monday. But I mean, the volume is still very. There's enough volume in the June contract. Still more volume in the June contract than this up. So give them a couple days to turn over as we come up here to. We're pushing up here slowly. We got a little resistance up here at 17. All right. Again, it's if we were looking for a buying opportunity, it would have been around the 4 or 5 area, but we never. Well, no, 3-4 area, but we never got back down there. Bond market here, kind of selling off here a little bit. Don't know why. Maybe helping us uptick here, coming up here to our well, trying to get up here to the 17 area. Let's see here if we can. What other news is coming out this morning? If there's any. Here we go. We're slowly upticking, coming up here to 15. We got 17 up here. Not really. There's no economic reports coming out this morning. it's been very quiet as far as economic reports this week, but then we had a slew of things last week. So there are the levels again in the chat. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. We are trading mini S&Ps, looking for scalping opportunities, and our resistance area up here on the upside is 17. And I say area because we are scaling around that area. We're not going to be perfect. I mean, obviously, when we got to 10, that was right up there, and clicked off, got right up to 10 and a quarter. But again, I was a little late with coming on here, so I apologize. But we're coming up here again to the 17 area now. See what it wants to do. I like to scale in a point above and below the level. So my initial entry point would be here at 16. And obviously I did not get filled. Got up here to 15 and a half, but we're still on the same bar. So if we close this bar and it didn't get filled, I would maybe have to make an adjustment onto on that level. I would maybe not have the 15 in there. I would probably, 15 in there, 16. I would probably take that first entry point off and maybe leave the 17 on. And that all is dependent on how aggressive you want to be as a trader. If you think that the level was kind of came close to it and should have been triggered, but we did not get up, close enough, and now it becomes a little bit more riskier, right? The trade was a lot stronger just a minute ago, but not anymore because we just missed our entry point by just a little bit. So as a trader, this is where the price action situation comes in, where you have to make a decision as to how much risk you want to take given the price action. The price action just showed us that we have an entry point there. Well, I had an entry point at 16. And I didn't get it. So coming back up here and to retest, especially once we close this bar, becomes a little bit more tenuous. The level's a little bit more riskier, at least a 16 entry point. I would probably look at